What is up, everybody? I am back out on a favorite spot of mine. It is cold out. It's supposed to hit 30 today, maybe, if we're lucky. But the ground isn't frozen yet, so I'm not done digging. This spot has yielded a ton of mid to late 1700s coins and relics, all sorts of amazing things dating back all the way to the early 1600s, like kettle points, Native American artifacts. I found Spanish reals here. I found colonial coppers and all sorts of crazy stuff here. So this area is continuing to be one of my favorite spots to search. And I am trying a different part of the preserve today, kind of down by these kettle ponds over here, which are like glacial, cavities made. And it looks like most of this area was agricultural at one point. So lots and lots of fields to search. Maybe I'll stumble upon an old foundation. We'll see what happens. Let's get to it. Well, now, this was hitting a 15, dead 15. I'm assuming we got a button. Looks like a nice proud shank. Really caked up. Up. There it goes. Kind of looks almost two-piecey to me. Feels like it's got something on it. If you do a little cleaning and bring it back, see what happens. Unbuttoned button, but what I'd like is for a little half real. Let's see. Big rock. Oh boy, big rock. Come on. Bam. Yep. All right, still down there, despite all my crazy digging. Okay. Somewhere around here in this vicinity. Whatever. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Button. Called it. Always happy with a button though. Ooh, there's a nice back mark going on too. Cool. 2 buttons for the day. Okay, 15-16 signal. 6 inches down. What's it gonna be? Is that it right there? Is it in here? Aha! Look at that little embedded button. Oh, there's something going on there, isn't there? What's happening here? I think my eyes are just playing tricks on me. Or are they? I just don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it just looks bubbly. Okay. I thought that was going to be a cool pattern or something. Still, full shank and everything. Another nice button for the box. Get a room. Jeez. Here's a nice little chunky piece of history. Old iron debuckle. Didn't sound great in the hole. And that is why. Still kind of works a little bit. Cool. Oh, you can see the little divot where the tongue would have sat right there. Nice. Here's a nice fresh slice of dirt for you. It's literally just chunks now because it's completely frozen. Oh boy. But that was a 24.25. I was expecting modern penny, but that is bigger than a modern penny, so I'm thinking maybe thick flat button now. Oh my god, I can't even pop it out of the dirt. I can hear my hands cracking. I might have to trowel this thing out. Gee whiz. There we go. Lightly. Don't ruin it. Come on. And there you go. Exactly what I was thinking. Nice flatty. Fatty flatty. Beautiful condition though, and it was only like 2 inches down. I'm thinking I'm on an old farm field right now. Just kind of wandered into this spot. I see some nice old stone walls, and it's just really nice leveled ground out there underneath all these white pines. Not a bad spot to search aside from the frost. Well, this was a funny one. Again, only like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches down, and I kind of pawed at it for a minute, and it looked like that, and I thought it was the end of a bullet shell, so I gave it a little and it shot all the way over there, and I had to go find it with the pinpointer. But I did recover it, and it is a flat button. So good signs. More flatties. Let's see some coins. Well, not exactly the coin that I'm looking for, but that is a great sign. Old harmonica reed. Most of one, anyway. People are out here playing some tunes, farming some fields. Cool. Ooh, there's some horse tack for you. That thing was ringing up like a quarter. Yeah, nice old piece of horse tack though. A little bit of silver still on there. Nice. Well, this target threw me for several loops. First of all, this ground is so frozen that it's like ice. I was like chipping out, you know, chunks of dirt that are just completely frozen to get at this thing. And then second of all, after 5 minutes of fighting it, I finally get down to this thing and I'm like, oh great, well it's an old coin, and I just bent the crap out of it because I'm chipping ice dirt away from it. And then I realized, like, no, this was bent before, this was shot. Yeah, bullet right through it. And then I thought, like, well, it's a nickel, right? Why is it so silvery? And I realized, all right, this is a 1945 war nickel. And in the 1940s, they used like 35% silver to make these nickels because nickel was such a valuable wartime metal. So if you got a 1942 to 45 nickel, that is 35% silver. And I have one, and it is shot. And it was difficult to get out. But there you go. That's pretty cool. I think I'm going to get off of this trail now and try to do some more woods hunting because I just cannot stand this frozen ground anymore. Here's a nice little find poking out. That was hitting like 13, 14, like 8 inches down. Really deep. Little thimble. Always a cool find. And right next to it, right over like there, there's another one of these signals. So maybe double thimble. Well, I was wrong about the double thimble, but I did go thimble button. Looky there. Wow, is that an old lead one? I think so. Come on, give me a USA. Doubtful. It's actually, it feels much lighter though than lead, so I don't know what's going on with that. Definitely looks like an old button. Really flaky. Odd. Huh. Okay, now we're thimble button this thing. What is that thing? It looks like flaky lead, like that button, but it's sort of oblong. Weird. Hitting like 14, 15 on the Equinox. I don't know what to make of that. Gotta dig around for some more clues. Alright. Thimble. Button. That thing. Whatever that was. Oblong thing. 20 signal. What is that? Ooh, looks more like a buckle now all of a sudden. Yeah. Whoa, fancy little buckle. There's some light. Wow, come on. Look at that. Huh. Yeah. That looks like a very fancy, tiny 18th century knee buckle. Out of nowhere. Yeah, look at the fancy on that. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's like the smallest of those that I've found. Wow, that's a really nice find. It might be the best of the day. There's some sun, finally. Cool. Yeah, so little trail goes along right here. And I just kind of jumped off of it and started finding some relics. Down here, there's a stone wall. Very old stone wall. I'm kind of thinking of climbing that hill, seeing if maybe there's like an old foundation up there. There's a kettle pond, which is just kind of a big glacial depression that has turned into a pond over the years. So I don't know what we got here, but kind of an interesting selection of relics so far. Definitely going to stick to this area for a minute. Well, here's a little something up on top of this hill that was very steep and difficult to walk up. And it's around here somewhere. What a terrible job I'm doing. There it is. It's camouflaged. Looks like a little button. It's got this big chunk of stuff sticking off of it. I guess it's just a rock. Weird. I do see some shanks sticking through here. All kind of caked up. But yeah. It's going to be in nice condition. Probably not going to get anything off of it in the field, but yeah, just an old flatty. Very nice. Well, here's the best signal I've heard all day. Well, I should say I've heard a couple of those today, but they've all been beer cans. This one has a nice depth to it. Come on, copper. I want to see a copper. That's what I want to see. A little more shallow than I'd like, but there it is right there. Now that was hitting high for an Indian head, so what is this piece of junk gonna be? It's gonna be a weedy, isn't it? Alright, just show it to me. Show me the weedy. There it is, I see Lincoln. And the wheat. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Well, this one was hitting really low, but I dug it anyway. Like 8 to 10, which usually I just write off as a little bullet, but not here. And correct not to, because there's a little flat button right in the sand. Ooh, look at the gilt on that. Yeah, still got a lot of definition. Very cool. Look at that. Hitting like 13, 14. The second thimble of the day. There we go, there's some light. Nothing too fancy going on, but it is certainly a nice old thimble. I'll take it. Here's one. Now, I can almost guarantee you that is an old button. Be a paper shot shell, but I would bet button. Put your money down. Yep. Let's see what we got. Right down there. Right up here. And there we go. Boom. Who owes me money? Nice old, looks like kind of a convex sort of button. Or just bent, I can't really tell. Clean that off a little bit. There you go. It's kind of cool because it is bent, but in a very intentional way. It's not really convex, it's more just, you know, bent. I've never really seen one like that. That's pretty cool. If that is the original shape. Yeah. Nice. Great old piece of history. Definitely 17s, given what's in this area. Here's a little bit of old poking out of the frost. Full spoon. Looks like we got a little fancy going on there. Maybe a little gold plating at some point. It doesn't look to be that old. Really flimsy too. But definitely a little bit of pattern work. I'd say that's at least turn of the century. If not mid-1800s though. Nice. Look at that imprint. It's been scooping dirt for the last 120 years. Well, I feel a responsibility to live dig this one. But I fear that this will be completely frozen. Oh, it's not too bad. We can make it through that. I also feel like this sounds pretty small on the pinpoint. Almost smaller than coin. Oh boy. And it's not super deep, but I think that I would guess weedy. That didn't go very well. Let's try that again. Too frozen. There we go. Right down in there. What do you got? What's that? What's this? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. It's a thing. I mean, some kind of a hook, right? Or it looks like it could have been kind of ornamental, one way or another. I'm not sure about this guy. Looks like it kind of would have gone on something like that to cinch something together. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm thinking old farm equipment, hardware. And we are back at the end of yet another awesome hunt. And not a lot of coins today, I gotta say, but I am pretty happy about one thing on this board here. Starting in the back, buttons. Boy, do we got buttons. Got a nice back mark, little wreath design, and it should say London Gilt on there. I believe I spotted a London Gilt. We got a couple of wrecked up old thimbles. Still really cool to find. And one of these was found with the knee buckle and these right here. And I believe maybe a button in that area too, but I'm not sure. But what that tells me, the thimble and these are just kind of little lead blobs, but they would have probably been used as a palm protector for sewing. I'm assuming that because of the thimble and the buckle. Probably some lady's mini little pocket sewing kit. Because a lot of the time you'd have a larger palm protector, like the size of your palm, for sewing, so that when the needle goes through the fabric, it doesn't stab you in the hand, it just hits this soft lead. But I'm assuming that this would have been like maybe a little pocket sewing kit at one point. So that was the thimble, palm protectors, and the buckle in one area, and maybe one of these buttons. Moving on, we've got a little spun back tom back button. Definitely late 17s. This really cool kind of curved button. Usually you do see like a convex kind of style, but I've never seen one this just kind of curved shield shape. That's literally the first one I've ever found. It could have started out as a different shape and they sort of hammered it into the shape for, you know, aesthetics, but it seems like it was pretty intentional before the shank went on, so I think it was a style at one point. Another little flat button there. This bubbly crazy one. Maybe like hand plated or something like that. Some of these are in pretty rough shape. And then up in the front, the coin that I found today. The one coin. Well, the one that's actually worth showing anyway. So it's a 1945 war nickel, 35% silver. Shot through. Looks like it was a pretty big caliber too. Big-ish, you know, could have been like a 32, 38, something like that. But yeah, could have been somebody practicing up during World War II, or, you know, just I guess at the end of World War II. Just in case they had to go out and, you know, fight. There's a Pennsylvania right there. And up in the front, we've got a really nice old tom back button, cleaned up with my Dremel. And this one didn't clean up as perfect as some of them do, but it still came out pretty nice. You can see all of those scour marks on the back, which is why they call them spun back, because they would have done that with a lathe, carved away at it, and that's why you get this little kind of raise going towards the shank. Always nice to find a tom back button. And then way up at the front, this beautiful little knee buckle. This is probably the coolest one that I've found in this size. I've found some older ones, but none as ornate as this, with this cool kind of carved, sort of scalloped pattern. And you can see that it's got this cool kind of grooved sort of design going around it. And then you'll also notice that this side is really, really washed out. It's still got some of those little grooves in it, but all of the line work has been kind of rubbed out, because this would have been the side that was underneath the cloth or leather. So the leather would have gone through here, over the top of that, and then underneath this. So this would have been showing. It's kind of cool to find a relic like this that is so used, you know, and still in good enough condition, so that it's kind of got a little bit of a story to it. And something so old is just awesome. This would have definitely been late 1700s. Knee buckles went out of style in the late 1700s, but were used up until the early 1800s for like ceremony, stuff like that, for fancy dress affairs. But this was found in the area with a lot of that mid to late 1700s stuff, so I'm definitely calling it that. Just a beautiful relic, great to display. It's going to go great with all my other buckles and fun stuff like that. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Get out there and dig some cool stuff up.